Hello, I'm Kendra Von Esch, and you are listening to my 10-minute daily podcast, Reality Reflections. I bought into what this world said would make me happy. Money, prestige, power. And hey, if it feels good, do it, because life is stressful, so party hard. Do whatever makes you happy. But that didn't quite work out, because I felt even more insecure, full of fear, shame, and anxiety, and never, ever good enough. Then God found me and flipped my reality upside down and transformed my life. And I want this for everyone. So I left my executive career to help others find true acceptance, supernatural peace, joy, and love that only comes from a relationship with God. Here is my reality reflection for today. I have to admit there's one thing that I don't do very often, and that is reflect on Mary and Joseph. And as we're sitting here on the 20th of December, I know some of you listening, it's later in the day, or perhaps maybe it's even the 22nd of December by the time you hear this, or the 21st. I went from the 20th to the 22nd. I skipped the 21st. But we've got a few days left until Jesus' birth. We should really be preparing for these next few days. Our hearts, our homes, our lives for Jesus. Really, that's what it's all about. So let's think about what Mary and Joseph were thinking and feeling. They're human. Sure, they trust God. I am sure that they are receiving some real supernatural signs and wonders along their journey. I'm sure that they know God in their lives. I can guarantee it. But don't tell me that there's not a little bit of worry or concern. Think about the trust that they had in God. And I always question, did they have doubt? I can't imagine that they didn't, right? How could they not? But they also are carrying God within Mary's womb. I can't imagine that God isn't guiding them and leading them clearly. Maybe they even have God's voice audibly in their hearts and minds all the time. I can't imagine they were left out there without truly knowing God was always there. But I know darn well that they're people. If you and your spouse, well, let's humor ourselves for a moment, shall we? You and your spouse have been asked to be the father of God and the mother of God. How would you two be feeling? Would you have given your yes? So let's do a little bit of reflection this week as we approach Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, thinking about how excited they were, how anxious they were, how maybe excited, yet excited because of the unknown, maybe a little bit of fear. Oh my gosh, what do we do from here? Little did they know they were going to have to get up and escape to Egypt. But they haven't even gotten there yet. They just need to give birth to Jesus and to find a place for him to go and to think about the house after house, inn after inn,
that they go to for help and get turned away. And that's something that I think we all should contemplate as well. Are we one of those people that Mary and Joseph are knocking on the door and we're turning away? I'm honestly trying to find a way to talk about Jesus to my family in a way that's a lot different than I have before. Gosh, I can't remember where I saw this. Wait a minute. I know exactly where I saw it. My priest at Mass, the homily this week. He challenged all of us to bring the reason of the season to our families. And maybe that story comes to light over these next few days for me, where I can just share that encapsulated, beautiful story in a way that isn't off-putting. Gosh, I reflect on when the name Jesus used to be off-putting to me. When someone would say, "God bless you," outside of me sneezing, I would think they were weird. It creeped me out. The culture of the world completely turned me into this person who believed in God, even though I didn't know who Jesus was. I thought he was God's son, didn't know he was God. I believed in God, but I didn't want to upset people by talking about Jesus. Jesus became taboo. And that continues to be the case. So I feel God putting that on my heart this week. See what God's got on your heart for this last week. What does he want you to do to bring that peace that belongs to fall on all men and women of goodwill? It's not peace to all. It's peace to all who are of goodwill. So let's focus a little bit more on our families, our friends, to be peace among everyone, but to bring Jesus into the season these last few days, including Christmas and Christmas Day, in a new, special way that everybody can see. It's palatable, that they get it. That it's not about presents, it's not about the food, it's about gathering as a family and worshiping the Lord, thanking him for taking away all of the sins so that we can be forgiven and that we defeat death and we can go to heaven forever. I think one of the things that'll be part of my message is the importance of how you live today. That it matters what you say, it matters what you do. So let's try to remember this and remember that Jesus came to love, but he also came to divide right and wrong, good and bad. You can see that happening now. So I'm still going to be praying on this for a while, definitely, because I don't have it all together. But I'm taking my priest's challenge. Please, I ask you to consider that yourself, because I only wish my parents really taught me and brought me into that knowledge of who Jesus is and what the reason for this glorious season really is. I had to find that out myself. Okay. Mary and Joseph. We can really learn a lot from them. Mainly, pondering in our heart. Mary, what she did all the time was ponder Jesus ponder what was going on around her in her heart. And now, a car alarm. Oh, it's gone. Okay, that must be my cue to let you on with your day. And I hope it is filled with love and peace and joy, and that you're able to shower your love everywhere, and that people know your love is filled with God. I love you all. Find something more with God. Have a blessed and inspired day.